Hello, Henuel here. Welcome back to another round of gaming, and today we continue the adventures of Henuel's Marauders in Battletech. Although this time around I wanted to change the video style. Rather than you having to sit through every mission in full whilst the progress is minimal, I will recap the missions and only show the interesting parts. Kind of like a battle report and management summary. I want to give you an episode each week with 3 missions in it, depending on the length and more importantly the actions taking place inside the battles. The idea is to give you a more engaging and denser video, cutting out all the waiting stuff and the in-between stuff. Also with this, I want to get bigger mechs quicker, as with 3 episodes and 3 missions per week, we will be here another year to get to the heavier fights, and this gives us a chance to be quicker. So, we start at the end of last mission. With only minor repairs needed, we are quickly ready again and go into the 31st mission, a straight up battle for the Draconis Combine against the local government, with a guess difficulty of 10 chevrons, so we expect some resistance, but it should be manageable. Set rest the same as always. Taniwan is Centurion D3D with a Clan ER PPC, Light Gauss and Clan ER Medium Laser, Hannibal in the Clint with a large X-Pulse and an ER PPC, Stinger or Bandit in a Trebuchet Hero variant loaded with improved LRMs, and the Clan Tech and Lone Eagle in the Chameleon B4B full of medium pulse lasers. Knight in the Shadowhawk 2H with a Thunderbolt 15 ER large laser and an LRM 10. Jerry Roll in the Wolverine 60 with an ER large, a binary laser and a medium variable speed laser. And Sunshine in the Centurion A with an AC-10, 2 medium lasers and a Clan LRM 20. Tapper in the Hunchback 4G with an AC-10 medium X-Pulse, Clan ER small laser and Clan large pulse laser. And us in the Ferret Hero variant, the Duke. We initially have 1 lance and 1 support lance to deal with and drop at the edge of the engagement zone, with a hill to our left and right and 1 way of approach to the enemy. After Hannibal moving, we get the full picture of the enemy forces. The main enemy lance is a heavy lance and led by a heavy Jägermech 6TD variant, a newer model in the timeline as we will soon find out. And a Hunchback in the front. We also see a Trebuchet 7M and another Jägermech D variant in the back. After moving our ferret, we get a good look at the enemy support lance to our left, led by a heavy Quickdraw P and the Rifleman 3KH variant, supported by a heavy Rommel tank and a Pirate Axle MPD. They are in the prime spot to flank us from the hilltop. And to the east we also spot another reinforcement of VTOLs, with 2 Lindworms, a Conrov and a Venator. We do the only thing we can and move right into the middle of all 3, as there's no other way to go. The fight starts in round 3 and the enemy already makes use of this better position. The Quickdraw jumps into an advantageous position in our flank atop the hill. We do what we can do best, sending our Fed into the vulnerable back of the enemy mechs, starting with the notoriously low armored back of the Hunchback, to take out the AC-20 quickly. We follow this up with a good hit by our Shadowhawk and his Thunderbolt. But the enemy also shows us his firepower, and the enemy Jäger shows his damage potential ripping to our Wolverine. As a counter, with our 3rd attack on the Hunchback, we destroy his main weapon, rendering him basically useless. From here on out, we traded blows and our teams wouldn't leave the beach we started at, except for the ferret. We focused our efforts to the western group on the ridge, our trapped Chameleon,
Roger.
the Centurion D3D,
Roger that.
and the Hunchback. And the other Centurion all targeted the Quickdraw, forcing it into a fall. In return, the enemy focused on our Centurion D3D, opening up his right arm. And our Hunchback then landed the first real damage on the Quickdraw, nearly taking him out.
Right, Commander.
And Jelly Rolled and a Wolverine finished him off, giving us our first kill of the mission. With that, we switched our focus on the Jägermech with a long range
Got it, Commander.
and the ferret.
Guns on target.
The Centurion D3D getting knocked down. And Hannibal in the Clint got the kill a round later by getting the pilot to punch out. If we had enough salvage rights, this would be nice. From here on out, it was a straightforward killing of the enemies. Jerry Roll's Wolverine and the Lone Eagle's Chameleon took care of the Pirate Axle vehicle.
Let's hit him hard.
Jelly Roll also took out the Rifleman by forcing an ejection, and killing the Karnov. Sunshine and the Centurion 9A took out the Rommel heavy tank.
Hell yeah.
And Tepper's Hunchback finished off the Trebuchet by destroying his engine and forced a punch out of the enemy Hunchback.
Let's get fired up. There's work to do. Come on, MechWarriors. It's go time.
I forced the engine destruction of the second Jäger mech.
Got a beat on him.
Knight and the Shadowhawk took out one Lindworm. Stinger in our trap killed the Venator.
God damn, let's do this.
And Sunshine Centurion took out the final enemy Lindworm, finishing the mission. But one enemy wanted to at least get some major damage in and makes use of the inflicted damage earlier. The enemy trap moved into close range to target our Centurion D3D and inflicted heavy damage. And in case you missed the worst part, I'll slow it down for you. That last scrolling text showed us our worst loss of the mission, our only Clan ER PPC, one of the best weapons. As compensation, we got not much. 800k credits before repairs, as well as some salvage, with 2 priority picks, and 9 total. We couldn't afford any of the heavy mechs. So I decided to pick a Clan Large Pulse Laser and a Clan Ferrofibrous Armor, both pieces I could use to upgrade our mechs. The random assignment gave us 2 parts of Lindworm, a part of the Axle MPD, the Rommel Heavy, and a Trap 7M, as well as a single ER medium laser and 2 basic sensors. Overall, that was a 1-hour mission, which only brought us forward marginally by a few credits. One could argue we even lost more than we gained due to the Clan ER PPC loss. Repairs would cost us 230k credits, and with the salvage we upgraded our Hunchback. He got the Clan Ferrofibrous, some Clan Endosteel, and we upgraded a medium X pulse to a full Clan Large Pulse Laser, giving him 2 total and costing us another 230,000 credits alone. As for the Centurion D3D, we replaced the Clan ER PPC with an inferior Inner Sphere one. Due to the higher tonnage, we also couldn't replace the broken double heatsink, making our overall heat efficiency worse. To make it work, we also had to fiddle around with our back and leg armor. Overall, the repair cost for him was 124,000 credits. After the repairs and a new month, we went into the 32nd mission. This time 4 Clan Ghost Bear against the local government, in an urban battle with 8 chevrons for 2 picks and 9 salvage, and 750,000 credits. We went in with the usual setup, 2 full mech lancers, all mediums, and our ferret. This fight was rather uninteresting. We revealed 2 enemy lancers for some heavies, but we quickly dispatched them all. The enemy bombardier died in a few hits.
Got it, Commander.
The rest followed quickly after.
Taking the shot.
I copy. Scored a critical hit.
Firing full complement on enemy. Hell yes. Hostile eliminated.
In the end, we got 669,000 credits, and this is what our damage looked like. Basically non-existent. As for salvage again, we had not enough to get a heavy, so I picked a Thunderbolt part and a heatsink kit double. The random picks gave us parts of the Tenokka VTOL, 2 parts of Valkyrie 2, a Cooling Pod X3 that I sold, a Guardian ECM, and some small jump jets I also sold together with the MG ammo. Repairs would be only 56,000 credits and just a few days. And that brings us to mission 3. After a short break, we went straight into the next engagement. An 8 chevron recovery mission from the pirates against Clan Ghost Bear to get my useful clan stuff. I went full salvage, but we were still only given 3 picks and 15 total parts, and a meager pay of 400,000 credits. Right after the drop in, we encountered 2 full stars of mechs. In the north from our drop, we have a Hellhound 2, a Hunchback 2C with 2 Ultra AC-20s, a Medusa 2, a Griffin 2C2, and a Great Worm 1. And in the west, at the primary target, we had a Vapor Eagle B, another Hunchback 2C variant A, a Hoplite, a Sun Bear A, and the Phoenix Hawk 1C clan. This was going to be a tough fight. Against my better judgment, I split the forces to engage both and do not get surrounded. We opened up the fire with our Centurion D3D onto the Medusa and the Shadowhawk onto the Hellhound, and we also advanced the Chameleon to the north and fired at the Hellhound, but we missed most of our shots. The enemy star in the north didn't wait long to show us who has the upper hand, and their second Hunchback 2C variant crested the hill and opened fire on our Shadowhawk, nearly ripping his left arm off in one go, which we paid back in kind with a hit by Sunshine Centurion and ripping his arm off. I followed that up with a nice hit to the cockpit.
Guns on target.
And Hannibal's Clint took out his open left torso, destroying his Ultra AC-10 ammo, forcing him into an eject, evening out the playing field in the west. After a bit of maneuvering and minor hits, the next big one also belonged to us. Stinger hit a massive volley of rockets into the Vapor Eagle and getting a big ammo explosion. The Mech lost his left arm, and that's only due to the clan ferrofibrous armor having case. In retaliation, their Hunchback 2C showed us the power of his Ultra AC-20s and hit Taniwar's Centurion D3T, taking a good chunk out of his armor, as well as the Medusa taking a bite out of our Chameleon, forcing us to put more pressure on the north. Lone Eagle went forward to engage the Hellhound 2, and Hannibal's Clint took out his leg, causing him to fall. As we are celebrating this advance, the Hunchback 2C evens the playing field by hitting his AC-20 shots and ripping the armor of Lone Eagle's Chameleon and a good chunk of his right torso, taking out 2 pulse lasers and leaving him very vulnerable to a coring. On the other side of the engagement, Stinger could take out their Vapor Eagle by forcing another punch out, leaving only 3 mechs on the west side. A few misses on both sides later, we finally get our ferret into position into the back of the Western Star and going straight for his Sun Bear. But it couldn't help Lone Eagle, and he ate another rocket volley from a Medusa, taking more equipment and parts with him, and a few minutes later the Hunchback 2C came in for a close inspection and hitting Lone Eagle again, forcing our first punch out. The north wasn't holding up so well compared to the west, although they had their own problems. The Phoenix Hawk took our Hunchback down to half armor total. Nevertheless, we finally got one off from the north. Taniwa gave the fallen Hellhound his burial. Even 3 mechs down, we still are close to even by numbers. We focused our efforts in the west on the damaged Sun Bear. Stinger's trap hit a big hit. Knight, Shadowhawk and Sunshine's Centurion did as well. And Tepper's Hunchback brought him close to a finish, and Stinger finally got him 1 round later.
Roger that.
On the northern side of the Griffin 2C and the Medusa focused on our Centurion D3D, again, opening up one side torso, bringing him dangerously close to losing a good weapon, as it is the right one, with the arm-attached ERPPC and the light Gauss rifle in it. As for the Northern Clan members, their Hoplite and Phoenix Hawk hit a good one on our Hunchback and opened him up as well. Our next focus target in the north was the Hunchback 2C, bringing our Centurion D3D into safety by hiding behind a rock. Luckily the clan firing round was bad. Their Hunchback had no shooting angle and went for a hit on the Wolverine. Great Worm couldn't see him either and missed our Clint instead. Only the Medusa had a way of getting to him and didn't hit something bad. After that close encounter to lose 2 more great weapons and possibly a mech, it was time to mop up with the last mechs. The western group was already down to 2 mechs, both already close to dying. The northern part had a bit more life in them, but concentrated fire should do it. Of course, we moved both our Centurion D3D and the Hunchback away from the enemies. But in a way, no one said something about not shooting at the enemy and totally not lucking out on not getting destroyed. Other than that, Knight knocked out the Hunchback 2C with a big hit. Sunshine killed the Phoenix Hawk C. Stinger forced a punch out for the Medusa.
It's on now.
And we did our thing by backstabbing the Hoplite.
Beat on him.
Right. And Jelly Roll finished the Griffin 2C. Sunshine finished the Great Worm off. After picking up all the assets, the mission was done.
Target eliminated.
We only got around 300,000 credits before repairs, and as for the damage, the Centurion D3D has internal damage but no losses of weaponry. The Chameleon has to be refitted and lost a bunch of weapons, and Lone Eagle will survive, and the Hunchback has internal damage but lost nothing important. As for the loot, our picks don't allow us to take any one of the full mechs, unfortunately again. So I decided for UAC 20 with Flound ammo, and we already had an ammo pack at home, and the Clan XL engine, hoping for the random picks to yield more clan stuff. In the end we got randomly assigned 4 mech parts, a Gauss rifle, 1 LRM-10C, another XL engine, clan of course, an FCS advanced target computer clan, a gyro stability, and Clan Artemis LRM ammo. Not a bad haul, as some of that can be used right away, but we also need to pay around 630,000 credits for all repairs. For anyone doing the math, we lost credits on this mission. But we also got some minor upgrades in. The Chameleon gets repaired and we fill it with medium pulse lasers again, losing one of the Magna variants. We also lost the SLDF cockpit and the double heat sink. We forgo the one heatsink in favor of the FCS advanced target computer clan version, combined with the battle computer heat we had lying around. It comes down to the same heat management due to the buff, but we get some more extra bonuses. As a trade-off we have to give up some armor, but we will have a future opportunity here to get more upgrades in, as we are still missing Endosteel and the Nexel engine, so there's potential here to get this Chameleon even better. The Wolverine also got a minus side grade. We got rid of the medium variable speed pulse laser and replaced it with a salvaged LRM-10 clan and crammed in a Beagle active probe, giving us a bit more firepower on long range and a better heat management and better sensor data. That is it for this episode. After some time the repairs are done and we can do another mission in this month before the month rolls over. But that is for next time. Let me know if you like this new format and if the shorter fights are good, or if you want even more info on the fights, like movement, misses and other stuff. Basically a more detailed battle report at the cost of course of missions per episode I can manage. As I said in the beginning, I plan to fit 3 missions into each weekly episode, and if I do more info per fight, then it probably drops down to 2 due to time restraints I have to do these kinds of videos. Anyway, let me know if you liked it, and thanks for watching, and I hope I see you next week with the Marauders again. So, see ya!